can't stop it. She's gonna get through that door.
I know.
And she's gonna kill you, and then she's gonna kill me. I'm sorry.
Wait, there's one thing she's afraid of. There's one thing strong enough to stop her. When Jack was dying, I made a deal to save him.
You what?
The price was my life. When I experienced a moment of true happiness, the empty would be summoned and it would take me forever.
Why are you telling me this now?
I always wondered, ever since I took that burden, that curse, I wondered what it could be, what my true happiness could even look like. And I never found an answer. Because the one thing I want, it's something I know I can't have. But I think I know now. Happiness isn't in the having. It's in just being. It's in just saying it.
What are you talking about, man?
I know how you see yourself, Dean. You see yourself the same way our enemies see you. You're destructive, and you're angry, and you're broken. You're daddy's blunt instrument. And you think that hate and anger, that's what drives you. That's who you are. It's not. And everyone who knows you sees it. Everything you have ever done, the good and the bad, you have done for love. You raised your little brother for love. You fought for this whole world for love. That is who you are. You're the most caring man on earth. You are the most selfless, loving human being I will ever know. You know, ever since we met, ever since I pulled you out of hell, knowing you has changed me. Because you cared, I cared. I cared about you. I cared about Sam, I cared about Jack. But I cared about the whole world because of you. You changed me, Dean.
Why does this sound like a goodbye?
Because it is. I love you.
He'll do this, Cass. Cass.
Goodbye, Dean.
Hey guys, welcome to a new video and a very heavy episode we got tonight. I've seen this coming a while ago and a lot of us did that Castiel will die in this episode. All the hints have been pointing towards it. Misha coins have pretty much made it clear he'll sacrifice himself in this episode. We didn't know exactly how he's gonna do it. So yeah, it hit really heavy when it actually happened. It was actually a very clever use of his deal with the Empty. I was wondering if he might make another deal with the Empty to save Jack, to save the boys, whatever. It just happened to be just him and Dean in that moment, and him thinking what makes him happy is saving Dean. He's the one who pulled him from hell, and it comes full circle. He saves him from death, literally. So it was a nice conclusion to his arc, literally coming full circle. He uses his deal to get rid of death at the same time. Although people will focus on the emotions too much in that scene, but I'm also thinking about the logic of it. Why did the Empty take death too? And is the Empty that much more powerful than death? And what happened to death? Did the Empty just take death with them and keep them in the Empty? Would that be the end of death? So again, it's a little vague here why the Empty acted on Castiel's wish, not just taking him, which is their only deal, but taking death too. We know the Empty has issues with death. She doesn't really like death. So that's part of it, obviously. But yeah, that's a non-emotional part of the scene that kind of doesn't make much sense to me, is that the Empty easily took death and the death was dying anyway. So now we know when the death actually dies, they go to the Empty. Whatever. It's just a lot of things to think about in that scene, but obviously the big focus is on Castiel's sacrifice. And the whole episode is Castiel-centric. We had other death in the episode, like mostly minor secondary characters like the Apocalypse World, Bobby and Charlie, but obviously the big one is Castiel. And we find out Billy wasn't the one who was doing the killing. It was actually Chuck or Chamara, Chuck and Amara. I doubt Amara has any control at this point. It's all Chuck, and he has pretty much doubles the power. He's the most powerful thing in existence right now. Jack still doesn't have his powers, but seems to be regaining them slowly. Even if he gains full power, I don't think he can still kill that combination of Chuck and Amara. But yeah, very emotional scene with Castiel's sacrifice, obviously, and very beautiful special effects and the music. They clearly worked a lot on that after they came back from the shutdown. Great job, special effects department. Great acting from Misha. He really put it all out there, all the emotions he needed to. It's his conclusion, Castiel's conclusion. He did a great job there, and Dean didn't really say much. He was mostly a listener in this scene, just like us, just listening to Castiel's final goodbye. He recognizes right away it's his goodbye, and that handprint, the I gripped you tight and raised you from perdition, famous handprint that Castiel left on Dean's arm originally, pulling him out of hell. This time he left it on his jacket. And you see it's kind of like a souvenir, kind of like a goodbye memory thing he leaves on Dean while saying goodbye to him. And it concludes that arc very well, him saving him from hell. And that's how he met him, that's how they became lifelong friends. And his final act is the act of sacrifice to save Dean from death, literally like impersonation of death. I'm really impressed by the way he used his deal, more than all the emotions everyone will talk about. That's a very clever use of it. Was wondering how it's gonna play out at the end, and he used it to save Dean. That's awesome. And obviously he saved everyone else whose death we're gonna go after. So yeah, beautiful goodbye tribute from Castiel. It was very emotional. So goodbye Castiel, very powerful ending to his arc. Very well concluded with the whole full circle, saving Dean from hell and then from death. So that's it for today's video, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on this emotional goodbye. Subscribe for more awesome Supernatural content. Till next time, as always, let's try to have no chick flick moments.
Who are you?
I'm the one who gripped you tight and raised you from perdition.